From biting each other to licking your competitors, these are the most disrespectful moments in NHL history. Dave Bolland. Dave Bolland had some strong words when talking about the Sedin twins in Vancouver during a radio interview. The Sedin twins were recently added to the Hockey Hall of Fame because they played really well in many games during their careers. But like many big stars, they got some criticism for not being tough enough, and people even called them the Sedin sisters. Bolland shared his thoughts on the twins and the city of Vancouver, saying,
they're gonna snap once in a while. Like, if you just keep yanking at them and like just doing little things to them, they're gonna snap. And I think you've seen what happened with the Sedin sisters.
Bolland, who is now retired from the league, continued to take jabs at Vancouver, tweeting in March 2020, "Stuck on a plane in Vancouver waiting to get out of this city. Please hurry and get me out of this city." It seems Dave Bolland enjoys being a bit of a troll. Alex Burrows. In the first game of the 2011 Stanley Cup final between the Vancouver Canucks and the Boston Bruins, there was a notable incident involving Alex Burrows and Patrice Bergeron. Towards the end of the first period, a scuffle occurred and Burrows, a forward for the Canucks, was caught on camera biting the finger of Bergeron, a star center for the Bruins. Burrows, who had previously played for the Bruins a couple of seasons ago, clearly bit Bergeron's finger in the heat of the moment. This incident added a controversial and unsportsmanlike dimension to an already intense championship series. Biting is considered a serious violation of on-ice conduct, and Burrows' actions drew widespread criticism. The incident escalated tensions between the two teams and contributed to the narrative of a highly contentious Stanley Cup final. Burrows faced disciplinary action from the NHL, receiving a 4-game suspension for his actions. The biting incident between Burrows and Bergeron remains a memorable and controversial moment in NHL history, sparking discussions about sportsmanship and the importance of strict enforcement of on-ice conduct, especially during high-stakes playoff games. Nikita Kucherov. Nikita Kucherov's recent behavior crossed a significant line in the realm of on-ice confrontations. While it's not uncommon for players to get physical and engage in some rough play, using skates as weapons is a dangerous escalation. In a specific incident, as both Kucherov and Brett Connolly were making their way off the ice, Kucherov surprised everyone by outright kicking Connolly. Such actions are relatively rare in the game, and it clearly caught Connolly off guard, prompting a reaction akin to a Chris Rock moment, a bewildered really dude. Kucherov did not escape consequences for his actions. He was rightfully penalized with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, underscoring the league's commitment to maintaining a level of fair play and discouraging dangerous maneuvers that can escalate tensions on the ice. Marty Murley. On February 21, 2000, during a Canucks home game against the Boston Bruins, something intense happened. Donald Brashear and Marty Murley got into a fight after Brashear won a previous one and teased the Bruins bench. During the altercation, Brashear collided with Bruins player Dio, who got injured and had to be taken off on a stretcher. Later in the game, Murley wanted a rematch and tried to start another fight with Brashear, but Brashear said no. In the last moments of the game, frustrated and unable to provoke a fight, Murley swung his hockey stick at Brashear from behind, hitting him on the right temple. The force of the blow made Brashear collapse, resulting in a severe concussion and a seizure. Murley was ejected from the game and received an indefinite suspension from the NHL, facing an assault with a weapon charge. Legal proceedings took place in British Columbia. Brashear claimed to have no memory of the incident, while Murley argued that he aimed for Brashear's shoulder but accidentally hit his head. Murley was found guilty but avoided jail, getting 18 months of probation, during which he couldn't play against Brashear. Although Brashear returned to play, Murley's suspension was officially set at 1 year, effectively ending his NHL career. Brashear, not interested in talking about the incident publicly, emphasized that he had no prior relationship with Murley. Ryan Kessler. The Calgary Flames build an impressive home-winning streak with 11 victories, and Anaheim leads by just 1 point. In a last-ditch effort to level the score, the Flames pull their goalie. However, in the final moments, Kessler not only clears the puck from the Duck zone, but continues to chase it even after the game clock runs out and the Ducks secure the win. Surprisingly, he decides to take a shot at the open Flames net. The Flames aren't thrilled about this move. A scuffle ensues, with everyone piling on Kessler and exchanging a few blows. Well, what else would you expect? It was a questionable and unexpected move, leaving the Flames with no choice but to react in the heat of the moment. Matt Cooke. Matt Cooke's notorious reputation for cheap shots took a disturbing turn in a February 2013 incident. Known for his aggressive play, Cooke's skate inadvertently sliced Erik Karlsson's Achilles tendon. Despite the apparent unintentional nature of the play, Cooke's history of questionable actions makes it plausible that this was deliberate. This boneheaded move by Cooke, who has a track record of attempting to injure players in various ways, had serious consequences. Karlsson suffered a lacerated Achilles tendon, sidelining him for the remainder of the season. Cook attempted to reach out to Karlsson via text after the incident, but Karlsson, unresponsive and unimpressed, stated, "I received the text, but didn't think too much of it and didn't reply. I don't think we have anything to say to each other," expressing his belief that the situation could have been prevented and suggesting it might not have occurred with a different type of player. Karlsson shed light on the contentious aftermath of the incident. Brad Marchand, a highly skilled player, has gained notoriety for his on-ice antics, particularly his unsportsmanlike behavior. One of the most peculiar incidents involved Marchand resorting to licking his opponents, a move that goes beyond the usual norms of hockey conduct. This strange choice has sparked criticism, with questions arising about the appropriateness of such actions. Marchand's licking episodes include an incident with Leo Komarov, who appeared oddly unfazed, and another with Callahan, who reacted more negatively. The act of licking is not only gross but also seen as disrespectful in the context of professional hockey. Marchand's repetition of this behavior has raised eyebrows, prompting discussions about the boundaries of acceptable conduct on the ice. Bertuzzi. The sucker punch incident between Todd Bertuzzi and Steve Moore took place on March 8, 2004 during an NHL game between the Vancouver Canucks and the Colorado Avalanche. Moore, a forward for the Avalanche, had previously delivered a hit to Marcus Naslund, the Canucks captain, in a game a few weeks earlier. Seeking retaliation, Bertuzzi, a power forward for the Canucks, targeted Moore during their rematch. In a disturbing turn of events, Bertuzzi approached Moore from behind, grabbed the back of his jersey, and sucker punched him. The force of the punch, combined with the impact of Moore hitting the ice, resulted in a severe neck injury for Moore, including fractures and a concussion. The fallout from the Bertuzzi-Moore incident was extensive, leading to the premature end of Moore's career due to the injuries sustained. Legal proceedings followed, with Bertuzzi facing criminal charges and receiving a lengthy suspension from the NHL. The incident sparked debates about the role of violence in hockey, player safety, and the need for appropriate punishment for on-ice actions that escalate beyond the boundaries of fair play. The Bertuzzi-Moore incident remains one of the darker moments in NHL history, prompting the league to reevaluate its approach to player discipline and safety. Brock Nelson. Brock Nelson's post-goal behavior in a recent play raised some eyebrows. After Josh Bailey scored a goal against Hurricanes goalie Mel Henney, instead of a typical celebration, Nelson took an unconventional approach. Skating through, he patronizingly patted Mel Henney on the head, almost like saying, "Nice try." This kind of sore winner attitude doesn't quite align with the expected sportsmanship, especially in the NHL, where grown men compete at the highest level. Fortunately for Nelson, the Hurricanes didn't escalate the situation, averting a potential on-ice confrontation. And there you have it, boys, the most disrespectful moments in NHL history. Which play in NHL history do you think is the most disrespectful? Feel free to leave a comment below. We hope you enjoyed the video. If so, then share your thoughts in the comments and also share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you can never miss our video.